Mike Moore Media, the first place to hear Rockingham County news and information.
It's our monthly visit with David Myers, the mayor of Madison. Our program is sponsored by Dan River Insurance Services, the Mad Bean, and Madison Pharmacy and Home Care. Mayor, how are you? Well, welcome back. How you doing, sir?
Doing great. I hope everyone had a safe and healthy Thanksgiving, and also I wish for them nothing more than a happy Christmas and the holiday, because we've had such a year. 2020 is going to be remembered probably for all of the worst things. But there have been some good things out of it, and they're coming right now. I just saw on the news a while ago, the first 90-year-old in Britain has taken the first COVID vaccine shot.
Mm-hmm. I saw that also just a little bit ago. Yeah. Yeah.
So, it's going to take its time. I think these things are going to happen very soon. And, I know the VA's geared up for all my veterans out there. You need to be checking the veterans' websites, talking to them and finding out where you may be in the line for that, because they're all geared up for I think the protocol is going to be the same. First responders, that nurses, doctors, nursing homes, that sort of police, EMTs, things like that will be up front. Military as well. They'll be looking at those that are in their 60s and above who have a very diseases like cancer that causes issues to their immune system. So, those things I think will be the priority. From my contact in D.C. who works in the health organization there, the HHS, he said that there was kind of the general direction of how priorities are going to go.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. So we see finally a light at the end of the tunnel, so to speak.
I think so to speak. I think, though, I read the pandemic of 1918. It's kind of like reading War and Peace, but it was good. Mm-hmm. Everything that they suffered with back then, we're dealing with now. I mean, it was like reading a playbook. Mm-hmm. The difference is we got better science now, advanced science, social media, things like that, where you can get the word out where they didn't have that then.
Right.
And so, and when I listen to people talk about the vaccine, well, I don't want to take that. I'm not going to be the first. Well, wait a minute. You're taking a flu vaccine that's only 70%. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, to me, the juice is worth the squeeze to take the shot, or shots. I think they're going to be 2 shots.
Yeah.
So, in any case.
Yeah. Okay.
So I thought that was interesting there this morning. So we've had an interesting year, a very challenging year. But, I'm going to talk about some good stuff here that we've had, especially for Madison.
Well, and you said a moment ago, too, we can look beyond the negatives. And, there are always positives if you look. And lots of positive things have happened in Madison and in western Rockingham County this year, Mayor.
Absolutely. And in North Carolina, in the United States, I mean, I'm a glass half full guy, I just think you got to look in that direction, or you'll never move forward. So,
definitely.
I'm going to just jump right into the good stuff here for the Madison. I'll give it kind of an update here.
Yeah.
Right now on Upper Madison, where the Kmart building is. Mm-hmm. Okay, Rose's is going in there, and I forget the name of the other store. It's going in there. It looks like they're going to open up before Christmas right now, unless something changes. Dollar Tree is going in. That was the one I couldn't tell you about last time, but the announcement's been made. They're going into where the People's store was, so Dollar Tree is going to go into there. Bake Me Happy is going to have down there towards the end, there around the corner. They will be going in there. So all of those buildings up there are now occupied.
Oh, isn't that good news?
That is great news. And so, we got everything going right now, right up there. You come down to Lower Madison. It looks like all our buildings right there are starting to get filled up. We're looking at there's people interested in where the old building where the Mad Bean used to be. Mm-hmm. So those things are happening. I never thought in this town, considering we're in the Bible Belt, that you'd be able to bar hop in Madison.
But that one block has got it happening.
They do. Yeah. They do. And it's bringing in in just so many people. And then you look at the river down there. You know, I did an article with Susie Spear regarding the river because I can't stand Facebook. I'm sorry, I just don't like it. So, but I can go online and look at the towns, and I saw all these comments about, you know, well, how is those boulders going to hold? Well, we've been through 5 floods down there, 5 this year, and not one of those boulders have moved. Those are 1 and 2 ton boulders down there. And the Indians, when they did it, they didn't have 1 and 2 ton boulders. They used whatever rocks they could find. And guess what? Those weirs are still in place thousands of years later.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people concerned about that last big rain we had, and I'm assuming everything is still in place there, Mayor.
Everything is in place down there. Some erosion has occurred down there, but that's understandable because of the flooding that we've had down there. And the Corps of Engineers approved this plan with the understanding there would be erosion, and then our engineers and his team are going to go back in there, and they will fill all that back in place, and rock is going to be tiered up through there. So I asked everybody, just quit looking at it right now and worrying about something that you have no control over right now. That's a wasted word. Okay, it's going to be it's happening. We're 60 days ahead of schedule, so that's another good news. And I'm going down to Raleigh in January, and I'll be briefing them, giving them what we call the military and in progress review, covering our construction there and what's happening, how far along we are in constraints we're looking at right now. And then down at the 704 access, you know, how we're doing on that, as well as, you know, the bridge, and then our funding status and how we're doing right in there and grants and everything else. So this has, you know, been very, very positive. So out of 2020, businesses are doing good. Madison's doing good. We've got the river project is doing good. So you know what? I'm going to end this thing, you know, this year on a good note.
Sure. Yeah. Well, among all the negatives, you know, the new businesses coming in and all of that you're talking about, also positive. That's always exciting. And we see that countywide. That's happening in all the municipalities around the county. But even if we just took those completely out of the equation and we look at the river project and what you and your team has accomplished in 2020, setting the stage for what's to come in future years, that alone is enough to end on a very positive note.
Yeah, absolutely. And you've always heard me say this. It's not just about Madison. This is about Rockingham County and, you know, exploiting our center of gravity, our strength, which is our outdoor recreation. And so we want to hit the spring running with this river project. People are excited about it already. The rec department's made a lot of money off of it last year, and that's helping them. And then you look up at Ferris Park with the mountain bike trail going in air, and Stone Bull's access to the rivers over there. And then you go over to Eden and Reedsville. And then I throw in, you know, the Parkway is really close to us. Blues Lake is right over here. So as you've heard me say, we're a destination.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
So,
and becoming more of a destination with all of the good things that are happening, for sure.
Yeah, everything is looking good here. So even the housing market is doing great. Housing here in this area right now is only staying on the market for about 30 days and then it's sold.
Who would have thought?
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, you know, so, you know, those things are coming. And what that does for the community is, in any community is, now that increases our ability for taxes and, you know, to do more things. I mean, Madison has about 2,200 people in it, so about 50% is actually taxpayers. So that's not a whole lot of tax revenue to go do things. So we have to go out and look for grants and things of that nature to go do things like we've done with the River Project. Well, this is helping. Now, my guess is if we continue on this trend, I think Madison, I think Medan, and I honestly think Stonebull's populations will probably increase by 50% each over the next 3 to 5 years.
Over the next 3 to 5 years. Wow. Okay.
I think so. I think you're going to see an increase in population, and that means an increase in the tax base support for this area.
Yeah. Okay.
I really do.
Well, people are coming. That's for sure. We know that.
They are coming, and you've heard me. You've got to prepare for that. That's why I've been focused on in my board on underground infrastructure, making sure our water and sewer and everything is ready to go to to handle that demand. Like when we did this river project, one of the things I wanted to do was redo the water intake system over there. It hadn't been updated since 1968. Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, and the gate that was on top of it was a gate by name alone. There was really no gate there. It had just gone away. So we now have improved the water outtake system over there. We have improved the water output system that it can put out water out of Madison now. I'm talking drinking water right now, where before we were looking at maybe 1.1 to 1.2 million gallons and maybe surge up to 1.6 for a certain period of time. Well, now we're talking 2 up to 2.5 million a day.
So we're ready for the growth.
So we're ready for the growth. That's exactly right. And, and you tap that in with Madison's capability with the sewer over there. And, and I just think we've got plenty of land. We've got plenty of water. We've got recreation. We become a destination. That's how we need to sell this area.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's the plan. Okay. Well, I appreciate the recap of what really has been a good year when you look at all of the things you're just sharing with us. So thank you for that, Mayor.
Oh, you're most welcome. The other thing I want to talk about is, and I just want to emphasize this, we talked about it a little while ago when we talked about the pandemic of 1918. We're not through this yet. When I had Thanksgiving, I had it outside. It was a nice day. I moved it from Thursday to Friday and had it outside. I would recommend everybody continue to do the 3 W's and do. I mean, I think Madison. I don't go over to Madison and check their store. It's not my place to do that. But from what I see though, from going to Walmart and going over to Lowe's, I think everyone is doing what they're supposed to do. Both the people who work in the store and those that go into the store. Our restaurants and businesses need to continue to hold that high standard and set the example so that we don't trip up and have our numbers increase. I think right now Rockingham County as a whole is doing good. Our numbers are not as high as everybody else. So, and then see, we're getting hit, but not only by our residents that are here, but we also have Stokes and the other county to our right, Caswell, and then we got the Virginia line. They come our direction. So let's just continue to do what we need to do with wearing a mask, whatever event. We had a Christmas stroll. It was this past Saturday, and it was Christmas stroll in the name only. I mean, the businesses were open and decorated, and that was it. There was no Santa Claus. There was no horse buggy or any of that stuff. They just opened up their businesses, and everybody had a good time. And I went through the town and I looked, and everybody was doing what they had to do and what they were supposed to do.
Good.
So,
okay. All righty. Well, it's a different holiday season for sure, but we're able to do some of the things and within the guidelines, and that's good too.
Yeah, I think the governor's coming on today. I think it's either at 2 or 3 o'clock. And my guess, Mike, I don't think he's going to shut us down, but I think we're going to see some more constraints put on us.
Yeah.
So that's just me. That's just my gut feeling. Based on what I'm hearing and from his Secretary of Health and her concern over the rise of the numbers, it would not surprise me to see him put more constraints on phase 3 and extend that out. I don't think he's going to shut the state down. That I don't think. Yeah,
like California. Like California has shut down. Yeah.
I mean, my daughter's out there, and they're basically shut down, and I don't know how in the world they can go out and tell someone, well, if we find out you got 10 people in your house and you're not supposed to, we're going to turn your power and your water off. You can't do that.
No.
You can't. Yeah, so
that's impossible.
They're really they're strange.
Yeah.
So just be prepared and for what may come today. So.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll keep alert to all of that. Well, Mayor, I appreciate your perspective all year long, your hard work and everybody and making so many good things happen. Anything else before we wrap up?
I want to make sure all my veterans out there that are on TRICARE right now, remember you have until, I think today's the 8th. You got till tomorrow. I think it's tomorrow or the 16th that you have to go in